Right to be Read podcast, episode number 111, about me and my struggles.
You are listening to the Right to be Read podcast, and this is your host, Ani Alexander.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Right to be Read podcast. It's me, Ani Alexander, and today I would like to have an intimate solo talk with you. Today I decided to be completely honest and share my struggles with you. And the reason for this is not to ask for pity or anything, please, no. I simply thought that some of you might have been going through the same thing and we could possibly figure out how to overcome some of those struggles. So, periodically, I'm getting writer's doubts and I start questioning myself if I can really write or not, if what I write is good enough, and if I have any potential at all, and if my writing is worth anything. And these doubts become really strong recently. The reason is I have enrolled in Writers Bootcamp. And starting from the first of the month, we are writing different exercises. Then we read them, we provide feedback, we critique. And the ultimate goal of the course, or at least how I see it, is to learn writing well, to make sure that your quality is high, and that you learn the craft. But it's a painful process. And I guess any growth is a painful process. It's painful because in the beginning you start realizing where you stand now. And now, well, having objectively evaluated where I am, I'm not happy about that. So, now the doubts are no longer about if I'm good or not, because I already know that I'm not, well, at least yet. The doubt now is about the future. It's about whether I will be able to master the craft or not, and whether I will be able to ensure the quality I'd like my writing to have. So, I think the bootcamp was just a catalyst. It wasn't really the reason for all this. We usually have writer's doubt coming back to us when we don't see results. And when we don't see results, we lose the motivation to carry on. And I guess when we lose motivation, that's when we have to push harder. Otherwise, we may end up sliding down the spiral and coming up will be harder than pushing a bit more from where we are now. So, every time I get into the stage when things don't grow and I don't see results, I get disappointed. Right now, looking at what I've done so far, I realize that things haven't moved much. Well, let's look at this. My podcast has not grown from what it was a few months ago. I have not finished my book that I was writing, and I have abandoned my fiction altogether. And what's the hardest to admit is that it's completely my fault. I should have worked harder. I should have written more. And I should have put aside my humbleness and promoted more what I've already done. So today, I spent some time and went back to my reviews. I read the reviews you guys left for my podcast, and I truly appreciate because they're really great. And I went to Amazon and read the reviews that were left for my fiction books. And usually it helps me get back on track and reminds me that there are some people who need what I do and that my time and efforts were not wasted. So that made me think that maybe writer's doubt grows when there is lack of encouragement around. Writers who go through the painful process of growth are very vulnerable. They need an extra hug and a positive affirmation. So I'm sending those over to you guys because I know that you might need them too. And I want us all to kind of, get over this slowly but surely become more self-conscious and not really let the writer's doubt get us. So if you, like me, are one of those writers who is going through struggles, go to my website at www.anialexander.com and see what you can find there. Because I think I have loads of interviews over there and lots of posts which might encourage you and make you feel a bit better. And I have a great free ebook there as well for you. But even if you don't need that, please still sign up to my list, because that is the easiest way to stay in touch with you for me. And of course, you can also send me a message too, and I will do my best that I will help you out. I promise. So meanwhile, let's do this together. Let's chin up, pull ourselves together, and work harder. So take care, and I will meet you in another interview, which we will have next week.